How do I balance my personal growth with dating? This is such a great question, and it's something that I actually struggle with quite a bit. I think it's very easy when you're single to fall into one of two camps. One where you're like really focused on your personal growth, you're in your 30s. You're single and you're like, oh my gosh, the biological clock is ticking. I need to find someone. And so you start dating, but if it doesn't work out, you'll feel worse about being single and you feel like there's this huge gap in your life. Or you're on the other hand where you're like, I was happily single, I loved my life. So how do we get ourselves out of that cycle? How do we balance our desire for connection and our desire for personal growth? So here are some thoughts. I'm not an expert on this, but these are things that I personally found helpful and useful to think about. Firstly, think about what you want. What is it that you want from dating? What is it that you want from a relationship? And be really clear with yourself. Write it down. Make a list. If you don't know, that's okay. You can say, well, I don't know. I just know that I want something different than what I have right now. And then think about whether or not you're actually taking steps to move towards that thing. Because sometimes we say we want a relationship, but then when we go on dates, we actually don't. Or we say we want a particular kind of person, but then when they come along, we actually don't. Secondly, think about what you're sacrificing in order to grow. Are you sacrificing things that are important to you? Are you sacrificing things that will move you closer to the things that you want? Or are you sacrificing things that will move you further away from the things that you want? For example, if you say you want a family but you're all in on your career, then that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. You're sacrificing things that are not important to you in order to grow in the things that are important to you. But if you're sacrificing things that are important to you in order to grow in things that aren't important to you, then that's a problem. And lastly, think about what you would let go of in order to make space for the things that you want. This is a big one. We have to be willing to let go of the things that we're holding on to in order to make space for the things that we want. So often we're holding on to people, places, things, memories, experiences, jobs, careers, anything that's keeping us stuck. And we have to be willing to let go of those things in order to make space for the new things that we want to bring into our lives. Being single isn't a bad thing. It doesn't mean that something is missing. It just means that we have an opportunity to grow, to learn, to evolve, to become the people that we want to be. And if we use that time wisely, we can create lives that we're excited about, that we're passionate about, that we're proud of. Hope that helps.